Howdy, howdy, Eldritch Buddies! This is your host, the Formal Fairy, Kiwi Calamity, and welcome to the greatest show you ever will see. Today, my dear buddies, I decided to take a little inspiration from the fact that people have been drawing GeorgeNotFound with a mushroom hat in many animatics. And I just thought it was rather cute, and I decided, I could probably make a house out of that. And so this was the result. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the tutorial. Bye-bye. Now, as you can see, this is going to be our build site, and in the distance is going to be our final result. We're going to be building this example in a slightly different color. However, you will notice that each of these little mushroom caps is going to be its own room. And I believe that was one of the more exciting parts of making this build. The fact that each room wasn't simply an aesthetic, but was actually functional for you. Now we're going to clear up this area just a little bit, but the important thing is just to start with a decent base. You don't need a ton of room for this build. It's not very wide, but we're going to start off with this base. As I've said, it's not very wide, so you're going to start off with 4 blocks this way. And we're going to make just a little bit of room for ourselves. Nothing too major. And then another 4 blocks, leaving a corner empty and open for everything else. Another 4 blocks this way. And another 4 blocks back here. You're going to build 3 blocks up for your entrance, leaving 2 spaces for the door. We're starting off with mushroom stems, but as you'll see later on, I decided to change to quartz due to the annoying fact that mushroom stems, if you build on them a little, will make this ugly little porous thing. I wanted to see if building with the actual mushroom stem might make things look better, but I just didn't like it in the end. So this was just our sketching block, if you will. Regardless, the base is going to be 3 blocks all around, though there will be a slight structure change you'll see in just a few moments. We're just gonna finish building up the little sides. Those little 2 block portions are going to stay, but they'll be adjusted slightly. So we're gonna fill those in, but that one over there at the entrance is going to stay. And as I've said, the build will now change its structure, and here's the reason why I ended up changing the porous material, was because it just looked ugly when the stem just looked ugly when it did that. So now, as you can see, we're going to be changing up the structure a little because I checked the original build and I realized the dimensions were slightly off in my notes, but this build was honestly a little more organized than the last one. I'm learning, guys, I'm learning. It's great. Alright. As you can see, nothing really changed. But we're just going to be building a little bit more of the structure. I think it was around here where I started to realize, yeah, maybe I should change that. Now, the 2 portion in the back is actually very important. Yep, here's where I changed the quartz. Keeping that little 2 block section in the back is actually very important because that is going to be where your ladder is to get to everything. So make sure you have that in your build. We're gonna build up 13 and finish that up on this side, going up. And then you're going to make just a little 3 block section, sorry, around everything and fill out this little portion over here. This is where your tower is going to be, but you're only going to make it a sort of 4 block structure around everything, just so it looks a little bit nice. So you should have a bit of a staircase coming up from your doorway, leading up to everything. Leading up to your tower, what will eventually become your tower portion. And that way you'll know you're actually building the build right. We're going to fill in the rest of the little bits of the tower, like so. Building, building, building with quartz. It looks a little bit nicer than mushroom sports. I don't know why I said mushroom sports. I was pretty desperate for a rhyme this time. Hey! I don't know why I'm like this. Alright. So your little tower for the base of your mushroom should be constructed now. And now we're just going to add some little embellishments on the side. After banishing Zeus to another plane, because, oh boy guys, is there going to be a lot of rain. Now that rhyme wasn't even intentional this time, I just started realizing it as I was saying it, but anyway, we're just going to add some embellishments onto the back and onto the sides. Mostly just filling things out a little bit, make it look a little nicer. You guys don't have to do exactly this for your builds, but I found it fairly nice. A little bit of staircases around the side. Get some slabs working up in here. Make it look a little more posh. A little bit more on the side. And just keep filling things in like so. The quartz blends in pretty nicely, but it adds just a little bit more of a dimension to everything. And I thought it just made things look a little nicer. Right, now we're going to be working on the floor, and as you can see, the original build has a quartz floor, but I also wanted to show you guys what it might look like with a glass floor, in case you wanted to make that an option for your house, like maybe having a sky view beneath you. I don't know. But anyway, you're going to be building out in little groups of 4 by 2 all around the little 2 segments that are sticking off the end of your tower. There'll be 4 by 2 segments, and then you're going to make a little T all the way around. Now, as we're coming back, you'll notice we're going to make a little staircase off of all those T's, just to connect them and then fill them in. Personally, I prefer the quartz bottom to this, but I figured I would give you guys some options. Because, you know, options are great and freedom is great in terms of building. That's what Minecraft is for. It's why Minecraft is very beautiful in terms of that much. And then you're going to follow the following You're going to follow the staircase pattern for each of the little portions of the T, filling in everything until you get a symmetrical shape for the bottom of your mushroom cap. Alright, next we're going to make the top of the mushroom and fill in our little dome. You're going to go up 1, 2, 3 for the first portion of the dome, and then the next layer is going to go up 1, 2, and then the next layer is just going to be 1. And that is going to follow for the entire dome. And here we'll just fill it in a little bit more. Filling in the blocks, filling in the blocks. Lovely, lovely, lovely blue blocks. Yeah! Alright. Now this is the portion where I'll be filling this in with quartz, but obviously you guys don't have to do that if you don't want to. Like I said, I just wanted to show you what it might look like in case you did want that. Just so you would save yourself some effort, but this is what it looks like with the quartz bottom. And yes, comment section. I realize what this portion of the build looks like before the other mushroom caps come in. I'm going to make the first joke first about how, oh yes, there's a blue sphere on a relatively phallic shape. Oh my goodness. Oh, the funnies are coming right in. Oh my goodness. Oh, the jokes. Anyway, you're going to be filling in this quartz slabs as a little bit of a rim on the outside. And yes, I just realized what I just said. Get the he-hoo, he-ha's out in the chat. And now we're going to do a little bit of a staircase all along the bottom's edge, just to make things look a little bit more dimensional. Ah yes, dimensional. That's such a great adjective. Ha ha. Ha. Brain works goodly. It's okay guys, I'm an English major. I can say these things ironically. Alright. Yep, get the jokes out now. We all know what it looks like. Unless I'm the only one with my mind in the gutter, which I highly doubt that I am. Oh boy. Anyway, we're just gonna be filling in just those 2 slabs. For some reason, I forgot I did that. Oh my goodness. But yeah, get the jokes out. Make them now. Ho ho, blue ball on the top of a stick-like thing. Ho 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 ho. Anyway, you're gonna make for the next portion of the tower, you're going to make a bit of a quartz cube coming off the side of it, making sure that it aligns with a bit more of the back of this 4x4, and then you're gonna make a bit of a 4x2 hanging off the edge of that. We'll fill in some things. We'll fill in a bit of the hollow portions with stairs and slabs, just so it looks a little nicer, like so. And then we'll start making the bottom of this portion. This time we're not even bothering with the slabs, or with the glass, because I already showed you what that would look like. But the reason why it's important to build a little bit more towards the back of the tower is you're going to want to be able to access the side of the base tower, and that way you can have your entrance be like so. Anyway, you're going to make a 3x2 T coming off of your little 4-bit, and then make a staircase coming off of each of those once again. And you'll just fill in like so to make your floor. You'll see in the example video that I actually didn't manage to make this part symmetrical, and I actually managed to fix it in this one, so that was a good example of me not following the dimensions of my notes, or the original build. That one was the rough draft. This one's a little bit more spit and polish. But anyway, you're going to make a quartz border all along the bottom of your thing. Destroy the environment if you must. Fill in some little portions along the side with more slabs and stairs. It's not that important, but I like to do it for just a little bit of decoration. Like so. I actually spent a little more time showing off the details in this, and that's why it's a little longer of a video. But we don't worry about that too much now, will we? So this one's going to be a little bit of a different structure for the mushroom cap. You're going to go up 3, and then 2, and then 1. Make a little bit of a portion for your doorway. And with that, our second cap is done. Alright, now that our dome is done, we're going to build the next cap. And as I'll show you with our other build, these two caps, in terms of the ladder, aren't really separated by much more than a couple blocks difference. So just keep that in mind for when you're building yours. And forget walls, forget entrances, or we're gonna go through the stalk and Okay, you're gonna build up one more block from your other entrance, and this is where you'll start making your other mushroom stalk, or rather the other branch of the mushroom. You're going to build out, for this first portion, you're just going to build out 3, and you're going to make a little bit of a rectangular, and then you're just going to build out 2 under it, and then just build a little portion for your entrance. Alright? And just to make things simpler, we're going to make things consistent on both sides. Just for the sake of things looking a little homogeneous. And we have to banish Zeus once again, telling him, yes, we enjoy the rain, but just not right now, man. Not right now, okay? Chill. Chill. Anyway, we'll continue with our other mushroom bridge. You're gonna bring that out 3 more blocks. And once you come out 1, 2, 3, you're going to make that portion another little level higher. And I liked building it sideways, and for some reason I struggled to build that portion here. And then you're just going to extend out one more. And then you're going to make this portion have a little bit more of a cuboid structure as well. And now here's where we'll start building the floor. It's going to be something a little similar to what we had, but not as symmetrical. I'm sorry to everyone in the comments. It's not going to be symmetrical. You're going to build a slight 3 staircase off of the very back, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right? It actually went another 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. For this one, I'm just alternating between slabs and quartz blocks. But again, whatever you want to do, perfectly chill. Alright, we're gonna bring that out. Make it symmetrical on either side. Then we're gonna bring this out. Another 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll just fill in on either side. Maybe bring this out a little bit more, just to make it look a little nicer. And while this portion is going to be symmetrical, there is going to be that weird cutting line through it. Oh well. You guys can fix that in your build if you want. It's too late for me. Do what I couldn't do. But anyway, we're just going to end up extending out the stalks just a little bit more, just so things look a little nicer. That's about 3 more, and then I decided to get rid of that one extension, actually. Alright, now it's time for our mushroom dome. And you're going to build up 1, 2, 3, and then 1, and then another 1 for this one. Alright? I ended up changing the structure just slightly when I got to it, but I think at the end it actually didn't change much. I just thought it would intersect with the top portion, but then it didn't end up doing that, so really I didn't change much. But anyway, you're going to build the portion for your entrance once again, and with movie magic, here we are. Now that's the portion that's not going to be symmetrical, is the top of this cap. But it'll look nice in the end, don't worry about it. Alright. And then we fill in our little bit of the ceiling, like so. And there we are. So you should have something that looks like this. And right now we're just going to make a little bit of a quartz bridge. You know, just to give ourselves a little bit of a railing. Or as I like to call it, an idiot barrier. Because you know rails exist for a reason. Either it's for handicapped people that need it for a very good reason, or for imbalanced buffoons like myself. Who are in constant worry that they're just going to fall because of their failure to have any sort of balancing skills. And Zeus shows up again. We tell him to bug off. We're not following that mythos. And now we just fill in a little bit of stairs all the way around and add some more trimmings, as usual, to clean up this stalk and make it look a little bit nicer. Like so. Alright. And now we're going to do the spots on our mushroom. I liked following them in a little bit of an L shape and giving them a bit of space. And with occasional dots interspersed in, just so we had a bit of a pattern. But by the end, you should have something that looks like this. And that's what my spots ended up looking like. You can do whatever pattern you wish. It's probably going to be different every time, like thumbprints or hyena spots or what have you. It's nature, man. We're basing this off of mushrooms. Do what you will. Make this whatever color you want. It's a giant mushroom. Do what you will. But anyway, for this final portion, we're just going to finish trimming up our little bits. Our little bits, oh god. Very descriptive in the wrong ways. But anyway, add slabs and stairs where you will, if you will. And just clean things up as you go along. Do whatever you wish in terms of aesthetic, lanterns, what have you. I'll be showing you how exactly I decorated the other one. That's what you should have in the final version. And now, we'll get on to the cinematics.